Hello dear students. Today I am going to explain you your next chapter, that is verb. Here, what is verb? First we have to understand this concept, that what is verb. In parts of speech, this is also a important parts of speech. Already we studied noun, pronoun. Now the next one is verb. So, what is verb? That action words that tell what we are doing. Here it is given that verb is like a action words that tell us what we are doing. For example, playing, dancing, skipping, moving, these all are verbs. So, what is verb? Here is the definition of verb. Verb is a word used to describe an action. Action means like stand, sleep, look, danced. These are the action doing words. And state. Here was what is state? That is present, past and future of occurrence and forming the main part of the predicate of a sentence. Like verb is necessary for each sentence to make a meaningful sense. So what is a verb? A verb is a word which describes the action in a sentence, like the doing words. Here, an example you can see, it is given, I play football. They skip quickly. We eat spaghetti. Bob is 7 today. Here, in these sentences, in yellow words, in highlighted words, the words are given and these words are called verb. Here, what is this? That I play football. Here, play is a action word. They skip quickly. We eat spaghetti. Bob is 7 today. Here, is also a verb. So, the verb is a word which describes the action in a sentence. That doing word is called verb. Now, verb may tell us. What verb tell us? Number one is what a person or thing does. Like Ali laughs. In this sentence, here, what is that? That Ali laughs. The clock strikes. Maria works hard. Here, in the italic way, it is given that what a person or a thing does. Now the second point is what is done to a person or thing? That Sarah was scolded. Here in this sentence, that Sarah is scolded by someone. So it is done to a person or a thing. The window is broken. So broken is what? That is a verb. Now the third point is what a person or thing is. Like the cat is dead. The glass is brittle. I feel sorry. She's late in the class. So what a person or thing is also that shows that is a verb. Here now the next point is types of verb. Here three types of verb it's there, like intransitive verb, transitive verb, helping auxiliary verb, and one also is there, that is action verbs. So start with the action verbs. What is action verbs? Are the verbs that tell us about a particular action that is being done by a noun. It means the action verbs are words that express action like give, eat, walk. These all are action verbs, or possession like have, on. So that is action verb. For example, if I am saying like Sanjay stands near the pool. So here stands is the action verb. Like the cat sleeps on the chair. So sleeps is action word. That means a particular action that being done by a noun. So that is action verb. Action verbs can be either transitive or intransitive. First, transitive verb. What is transitive verb? Are action verbs that have an object to receive that or action. It means the verbs that need an object, to express a complete thought, that is transitive verb. It means whenever a verb needed an object to make a meaningful sense or a complete thought, then it is transitive verb. Like I baked some cookies. Here if we write suppose I baked, that is not a complete sentence, but we write some cookies also, it means that baked needed some word to make a complete sense. So that is a transitive verb. I rode the bicycle. I moved the chair. So this is all baked, rode, moved are transitive verb. Next is intransitive. What is intransitive? That the verbs that have no object. It means some verbs are like they not need any kind of object in a sentence. That intransitive verb is that complete, does not need an object. Here in the definition given, intransitive verbs are action verbs, but unlike transitive verbs, they do not have an object receiving the action. For example, I laughed, I cried, the book fell, the horse galloped, the sun set. So here these verbs not need an object to make complete sense. So that is intransitive verb. Now the next one is I walked to the park today. Is walked transitive or intransitive? Then think about the rule that since walked has words coming after it, the verb must be transitive because it to the park today. Right? Wrong. The phrase to the park is a prepositional phrase and today is an adverb. So there is no object receiving the action of the verb. So walked is the intransitive verb. Now the next type of verb is helping verb, or we can also say auxiliary verbs. What are helping verbs? Help the main verb express action or state of being. It means that help to the main verb, that is which state of being the sentence is, like the helping verbs or auxiliary verbs that are used with an action word or main verb. They are often used to show the tense of the verb and does not carry a meaning of its own. It means like whenever we are just saying like Shruti is feeling tired. Here is feeling is the auxiliary verb, feeling is the main verb. So is show the tense of the sentence. We have eaten. Here have is helping verb and eaten is main verb, and they are used together to express the action. They are working. Here are is helping verb and working is a main verb. They are used together to express the action. Now the helping verbs have no meaning on their own. They are necessary for the grammatical structure of a sentence, but they do not tell us very much alone. We usually use helping verbs with main verbs. They help the main verb which has the real meaning. Like in a sentence, they are working. Suppose if we write only they are, so that not make any sense. So but it are needed some main verb to make a complete sense. So they are working. Then there are only about 15 helping verbs in English, and we divided them in two basic groups. Primary helping verb, there are the verbs be, do and have. Note that we can use these three verbs as helping verbs or as main verbs. Like be, in the be, these helping verbs is included like is, am, was, were, be, been, being. Have form is have, has, had, and do, does, did. Like he, she, it. By these is we use, and they and we use are. So these are the helping verbs, or we can say auxiliary verb. So that is important in the chapter verb, that verb tell us what a noun is doing. Then types of verbs like action verbs. In action verb, two verbs are there. There is transitive verbs, intransitive verbs, and then one is auxiliary verbs, or the helping verb and main verb. This is all the chapter verb. Thank you.